Have you ever wondered why you play games? I'm not talking about what constitutes a good game, I'm talking about why we play them instead of watching a movie, reading a book, or going outside and talking to people. In an effort to help us understand, I've created this top 10 list of reasons why we play video games, and because it's a list, it is better than other videos that are not lists. Number 10, escape. There can be no denying that life sucks, it's boring, and we rarely have any control over our own destiny. Games, on the other hand, take place in fascinating worlds where the path to personal betterment is clear. Kill enough skeletons, pick enough peppers, and you will go up a level. This is not the case in real life, where you can spend days in a graveyard and never encounter one undead, and where picking peppers, that's counterproductive in terms of fridge space. Games are never boring either. They have journals and quest logs jam-packed with things to do. Slay more skeletons, pick more peppers. The possibilities are literally endless. Number 9, peer pressure. Not all the reasons we play games are good. A darker impetus to play games is peer pressure. You've got to play the latest thing because all your friends are playing it, and if you don't, you won't know what a Margit is or why Keanu Reeves has a silver hand. There's nothing inherently wrong about bleating along with all the other sheeple. Some of these games are good, but be wary. Play too many games because you don't have a mind of your own, and pretty soon you're no longer a sheep, you're a lemming. And we all know what happens to lemmings, that's right, they spontaneously combust. Number 8, marketing. Marketing is a way of making ordinary things seem amazing. Say I've got an apple to sell you. With clever marketing, that apple becomes a phoenix apple of resurrection that tastes better than a Big Mac. So marketing is lying, basically. Yes it is. A good marketing campaign whips the gamer into such a frenzy they can't imagine their future without an upcoming game. They watch sneak peek videos from developers that reveal nothing, then watch hour-long dissections of those sneak peek videos that reveal even less. They will argue about a new game's features, debate why the game will be better than the old one, and will pore over screenshots and draw red circles around things they notice in those screenshots. That's all because of the power of marketing. Number 7, it's like that other game you played that was good. Ever hear the phrase, past performance is no guarantee of future success? Most gamers haven't. They assume the sequel will be better than the original, and the new game by a respected developer, that'll be a home run. It's understandable. The problem is repetition. Every game franchise or gaming genre starts with a novelty value. Every new game degrades that value by a given amount. This is just basic science, but for the uninitiated I will elaborate. Take the original Doom. It started with a novelty value of 95%, not quite 100 because it was preceded by similar games, but it was the first 3D FPS shooter that wasn't dogshit. However, Doom 2, whilst competent, added very little that was new, degrading the overall franchise rating by 25, resulting in a mean rating of 70. The effect of genre copycats meant that by the time Doom 3 came along, the franchise had dropped to a novelty value of just 30%, at which point it was taken out the back and shot. Until years later, when a completely new group of people with new ideas resurrected the franchise and made it fresh once again. If in doubt, remember this: if it's the same people making the game and not too much time has passed, it'll probably be okay. If the franchise has been going for more than 5 years, then those same people will have started to resent it, they will hate making more of it, and they will be polishing up their LinkedIn resumes. Number 6, reviews. Opinions about games are everywhere. Here's one: Skyrim's quite good. Simple and succinct, but some people think they need to write more. We call these people critics, in other words beginning with C, and they write reviews for money. Where does that money come from? Well, some people say it grows on trees, others say it's merely a construct, we should ignore it. One thing is for sure, however, games journalists always receive recompense from impartial sources and are never swayed by outside influence. We as gamers can rest easy in the knowledge that these selfless individuals always tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the unbiased truth. Number 5, so-and-so streamed it. When someone streams a game, they enter into a contract with their viewers promising that the experience they present is a genuine one, driven by love of the game and never dictated by Google Trends. They also never overhype a game for the sake of views or enter into paid promotions unless they genuinely like the product they're shilling. VPNs, for instance, never negatively impact a streamer's upload speed, so it's fine to advertise those. It also helps that all streamers, even the ones with millions of followers, they're just like us basically. They certainly don't view the masses watching them as a cash cow to be milked. They say our names because they see them in the chat, and that means they're talking directly to us and must be our friends. Thank the Lord for streamers, because without them we simply would not know what to play next. Number 4, to get good. Most people are no good at games, therefore they play to improve, but in all honesty it's very unlikely to happen. Most gamers have the dexterity of an arthritic anteater but lack that animal's sense of self. Anteaters know they're better off sticking with ants and leaving the caribou to predators who don't look like a complete shambles. Gamers, on the other hand, think that, given enough practice, they'll sprout a second pair of thumbs and one day be winning millions of esports bucks. But maybe, I'm being cynical and that doesn't matter. All that matters is that tantalising possibility, however remote, that one day, in some infinitely distant dimension, at the very end of recorded time, we might actually get good. Number 3, to learn skills. A long time ago, in a decade far, far away, games companies made edutainment games. These were homework projects, basically, masquerading as games. Math fighters, sim spelling. These games hoodwinked a generation before that generation grew up and got some disposable income of its own. Yet gamers still persist in believing the games they play have some educational value to make themselves feel better, I think. Shooters improve hand-eye coordination, puzzlers improve problem-solving skills. Playing games like Civilization is better than reading a history book or something like that. MMOs teach us socialization, yeah, in the same way Paperboy teaches us how to ride a bike. But if it helps to justify what is, at the most basic level, a colossal waste of time, then let's stick to our guns. Guns, coincidentally, we can shoot really straight because we've played lots of Call of Duty. Number 2, relaxation. At last, an actual legit reason to play games. What's more relaxing than a bit of mindless murder in GTA 5, or some casual genocide in Crusader Kings, or running for your life from hordes of infected in Resident Evil? Games remain one of the most relaxing pastimes available to 21st century Homo sapiens. Number 1, novelty. I mentioned earlier how novelty degrades over time, the new becomes old quick, but we gamers are an optimistic bunch. We're always on the lookout for novelty. The industry is past the point where every new game is an experiment and devs tinker with formulas in the hopes of stumbling across the next addictive mechanic. There's too much money at stake. Games are big business now and taking risks is fiscally irresponsible, yet we gamers keep hoping. I'm punching my fist there. I believe it. We keep buying new games, overhyping some, panning others when they don't meet our expectations because we're hungry for that dopamine hit when something truly takes us by surprise, something that inspires and delights us, something to counteract the crushing disappointment of everyday life, to hopefully experience the boundless possibilities of the human imagination. That's why I ultimately play games. What about you?